Fuck me.
You.
Let me tell you how it's about to go. Let me show you the towel you're about to throw. This is hip-hop, try to run in our house. We'll knock your ass straight out the door. I'm the enemy's epitome, the fantasy, my tendency to mentally give your career the death penalty. I instantly advise you to match my intensity. Try to fit my brain like Jackie Kennedy. I'm so tired of the why not, tired of putting MCs in a pine box. You motherfuckers couldn't even hit me in my blind.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Lost Legends TV. We are Rated MC, and I'm Ray.
I'm Jones.
We are here to review Spiral.
The Book of Saul.
Da-na-na,
From the Book of Saul.
da-na-na, da-na-na. The big question is, did it live up to the hype? I think that's still the biggest question I gotta answer for myself.
Same.
By basically us just talking each other into it and talking ourselves into it.
So,
So,
we're going to review the movie, tell y'all about it, and...
spoilers.
Spoilers, of course. Starts off, and it's that dude Boswick. The timeline is now, right?
Yeah.
This man's dressed like he was like in the fucking 50s or some shit for me. I don't know why. He had like the weird hat and everything, like, and it just... For whatever reason, that's what he was doing. I didn't even know he was a cop until he shouted, "Police!"
Yeah.
When this dude stole this woman's purse. Dude who stole the purse was a meth head. I think his name was Eddie. He chases him down to the fucking subway, like into the train tracks and everything.
Yeah, he was at like a parade. When this
Yeah,
happened.
it was like a 4th of July parade, specifically. And I thought it was hilarious. The meth head dude jumps down the sewer to the hole, and when he did... Boss was like, "There's no way you fucking jump down there."
Yeah.
And then somebody set off some fireworks right next to him.
Freaked him the fuck
He
out.
freaked out, holding his gun, almost shot some dude. I thought that was so fucking funny. He catches up to where he thinks is the purse thief, and
Wrong.
it's just a fucking mannequin. And then he gets pig face from the back. By the way, I really liked the look of that pig mask.
I do too.
I liked it. It looked like a real pig face for a second.
But this is also where one of my sins came into the movie, because
Same here.
a lot, and almost probably 95% of what you saw in the trailer happens within the first 30 minutes.
I thought what he was gonna say was his sin was the new Jigsaw voice, like the character or whatever.
Yeah. I still
fucking
hate that shit.
hated it.
Still to this
Hated
day.
it so goddamn much.
I'm gonna hate it 5 years from now.
It was awful. Like I get it. You didn't want to do Tobin Bell. Like you didn't want to do the exact same voice. I get that. The voice they ran with was not the one. It's not. It literally, every time I heard it, it was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. It sounded like a 14-year-old using an iPhone app, man.
Yeah. Dude, it dropped me down every time we was a saw trap. You know what I mean? Like, every time.
But in a way, it does kind of fit the character,
And I get that.
and we'll get to that if you haven't seen the movie.
Yeah.
We'll say that for last.
They tell Boz, that's what they kept calling him. He was always, like, using his tongue to tell lies at the court. Like, to cover stuff up or whatever. And apparently he lied a lot.
One thing this movie does, the killer, he's big on symbolism.
Yep.
Like that, you know, if you tell a lot of lies with your tongue, this happens throughout a lot in this movie.
Yeah. So he's like, basically, his tongue is in this vice, and he's standing on a chair on the train tracks, and there's a train coming. He's got 2 minutes, so all he has to do is jump off this motherfucking chair, which will yank his tongue out of his mouth.
No.
It's the only thing that will free him.
But
But he doesn't do it. The death that he receives, the death that he receives
far
is
worse.
far worse. He literally jumps at the last second. You can see the train, bruh.
Yeah.
At that point, you might as well just take the hit.
because you have to have time to get the fuck out the way, too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And it gave you 2 minutes. And I know it's not a long time, but that's enough time for me to be like, all right, fuck it, I'm going out my tongue. And just...
Bite the bullet.
So he fucking... So he jumps to the last second, gets hit by the fucking train.
He fucking explodes, dude.
Explodes.
Body parts. Beautifully.
Right there, it leads us into the beginning of the film.
Yep.
A whole open act.
This is where we see Banks.
Zeke Banks.
Yep.
Played by Chris Rock. We talked a little bit about it. I didn't dislike Chris Rock in the role.
No.
I liked him. Except for early on, when he basically just did a stand-up special.
The motherfucker cracking jokes.
And I know it's Chris Rock, so I fuck with it. But my man's was legit like the first little minute you see him, he's with these dudes and they're getting ready to rob some people. Like they're legit going to rob some people, and he's cracking jokes about Forrest Gump. It's not topical, but like it was funny. I thought it was funny, like because he's a special needs character, and that's what it is. Like you couldn't like. He didn't think you could do that now.
You gotta be politically correct now.
Exactly. And like he was like shitting on Jenny because Jenny was a shitty person for how she treated Forrest. And like she came back to him, yeah, after she got AIDS. I died laughing right there.
Yeah, because make the fucking joke. Motherfucker ran across the country, beat fucking China and fucking ping pong. Bitch still wouldn't fuck him.
No, but she got AIDS, came back. And she's like, and then they go rob these motherfuckers, and then like it's one of the cleanest like getaways that I thought. I was like, that's pretty cool because I've seen it before, but I do like that aspect of, hey, we're wearing overalls when we rob these motherfuckers. All right, well we took the overalls off, and now we're wearing regular fucking suits. They hop into this nice ass car, ready to drive away. As soon as the gates lift up for them to drive out, cops everywhere,
Police
everywhere, and they immediately recognize him. Because he's a fucking cop. So he gets into an argument with his fucking captain. She was like, you shouldn't have been doing all that. He's like, he was deep undercover. So he was trying to get them. Like, we could have gotten more if y'all hadn't, like, came in early.
Yeah.
And he basically shows that he doesn't really trust anyone there.
Like, absolutely nobody.
Also, if you don't like the word fuck, you don't watch this movie. It's so many F words, so many fucks.
Fuck me.
You. Police Chief Garza, who took over after Zeke's dad, not died, but retired. Because his dad's in the movie, played by Samuel L. Jackson, which was dope.
Yep.
And she's like, well, look, you're going to have to be with somebody. So I'm going to put you with this new rookie dude, you with him, and...
break him in, show him the ropes.
Yeah. Dude comes in, fuck it. I don't even want to talk to your ass. He tries to ignore him as best as he possibly can.
Yeah, he straight up fuck you, walks out the door. He's like, all right. The captain puts the rookie and Banks on the case. They claim it's a homeless person.
The rookie's name is William Schneck.
Yeah, William Schneck.
Schneck, yeah.
Schneck.
It's very weird last name.
Schneck.
No offense to anyone who has that.
Schneck is Banks.
Yeah.
At first, I thought it was like this homeless person got run over by a train, right? I guess that's the thing that happens in fucking big cities. They go and they investigate, and right off the jump, Banks, you can tell he's been doing this for a long time. He's like, homeless people, they don't wear wedding rings and Fitbits.
Which just kind of points out how fucking shitty the cop work was.
Yeah.
Like, they were immediately saying just some homeless dude got hit. Like, he's wearing a fucking Fitbit on his... Like, I don't think they have those.
Yeah, and he mentioned that too. He's like, I don't think homeless people are going to count their steps.
Yeah. Right before that was when he does another little stand-up special. Because he's talking to Schneck about his wife and cracking jokes and all. Like, he's literally just, like, on his ass about it. I just found out Pilates ain't real. My wife loves Pilates. I bet she do.
Yeah, because they was walking down the steps to go to the fucking Subway, and there was like a William Schneck.
Schneck. You're gonna have so much problems with that, dude.
No. It is not in my vocabulary. Yeah, they're walking down, and he cracks a joke like, Schneck says, yeah, we're going to a counselor. And Banks is like, yeah, my wife fucked the counselor. They find out that it's a detective, a cop in their own precinct.
They find out because whoever is playing the role of the killer in this one sends Detective Banks a little box, like a present, and it's got a little thumb drive that says "Play Me." A new step up instead of doing like the audio tape. Although they do the audio tapes. Mm-hmm. Plugs it into Schneck's computer, and he says, because I'm not getting the virus on mine. Like, it basically shows the location of the courthouse. They go to the courthouse. Another box.
Yep.
And what's in there? Boz's
motherfucking Tonka. And his badge.
So they find out who it is, and then apparently it was one of Banks's closest friends. They were real close. He said it's the only person he could trust. They're talking at the precinct about who's gonna take charge, and Garza says she's gonna put O'Brien in charge. And Banks is like, no, that I'm in charge. And then like they get on this tangent. Like this dude named Fitch says, "Fuck you," because like he's like they were talking about him calling Boz's wife. Like, did you call her? Did you text her? Or whatever. And he's just like, "Fuck you." Like, fuck me. No, fuck you. And I laughed so hard
because he says it like that. Fuck me. Fuck you.
The chief, like, legit takes him aside. They go to the bathroom. She makes this dude piss the quickest I've ever seen somebody piss before.
That's just like, zip up and get out.
Yeah, oh my bad. He just dips. No, like
I can't do that.
No, bro, I'm pissing.
Yeah,
Let me finish.
Stinks.
But he convinces her like to let him run it. He comes in and is legit trying to set it up like, hey, we need to do this. Not one single motherfucker's listening. One motherfucker even picks up the phone and pretends to be talking to somebody. Because he literally hangs it up like it's 2 seconds later when the chief yells at him. He was just like, hey, yeah. They all think he's a snitch because his former partner has shot a witness to a crime.
You turned him in.
And he turned him in. Straight
Dirty
up.
cop.
And they just did not trust him after that. Like, oh, he's just going to turn us all in. He's just whatever, for whatever reason. So they don't listen to him because of that.
So Zeke goes to Boz's wife. Again, they was very close, best friends. Kids
Take
play
Snake with him, too.
Yeah. But don't let him in the fucking door.
No.
So he shuts it in his face. Naturally, he has to question the wife and also sees his wife there. From the jump, you can tell they have major problems. Probably separated.
Yeah. They are. Well, he said they were getting divorced. Yeah. And it was funny because Snake tried to introduce himself and Zeke just, no, stop.
Yeah, he will. What the fuck? And it was a scene that I think would play out in just like it would in real life. I mean, it's a scene that I thought had really good dialogue. Mm-hmm. You have to ask your best friend's wife, hey, did he have any enemies or anything extra strange? And she mentioned there was this black SUV or black vehicle, and he yelled at it, and after that, nothing came of it, and said, look, he'll look into it. So after that, Zeke goes home, and he sees his father there, which is the former captain we mentioned earlier, played by Samuel L. motherfucking Jackson. They make the decision to have lunch
or
dinner that night and talk over the case and see what they can do about it. Zeke goes back to the precinct, and they all group up, and they think this is a jigsaw copycat killer.
They're literally like putting wherever they can together. Like apparently some of these cameras that were around the scene where he was last seen got broken. They did realize he was with Fitch and this female detective. I can't remember her name. They go to where one of the cameras is broken, go inside, and they talk to him. They find out he talked to this meth head dude. He was chasing this meth head guy. They were like, should we tell Banks? And
yeah, it was in a pawn shop. That's what it was.
In a pawn shop. And he was like, should we tell Banks? He was like, fuck it.
That.
Fuck him. Specifically, he said, fuck him. We cut back. Snake needs to use Banks' phone because his died. He calls him, and then the chief comes in. And they basically just go through some of the stuff that they found. Not a lot of it was found. Try to do whatever they can, try to put whatever they could together, but they couldn't put enough together. So they're just like, well, we're gonna call it a night. I got shit to do. Going home. It does cut at some point to where Marcus's father is sneaking into this building.
A gun in his hand, just walks into a building.
And you're just like, what the fuck? And it just cuts back. Oh, and then the fuck him specifically thing was because it played back to something that Fitch had done. Because another reason why Banks doesn't trust anybody is because there was a shootout with this guy, and he was around the corner. He was calling for backup, and Fitch and his partner were right around the corner.
Just ignoring him.
Ignoring him. Fuck him. We shouldn't answer that. Then shots get fired. They get there. He's been shot. Marcus Banks, the chief at the time, shows up, and he sees his son is shot.
This is a good scene right here.
And he goes fucking crazy. And my son called for backup for 8 minutes. And ain't none of y'all responded 8 minutes? And he's like, who's closest? And so nobody want to answer? And he's like, all right, so here's what I'm going to do. He pulls his fucking gun out. He's like, I'm going to talk to dispatch. And whoever was closest, I'm going to take this gun and I'm going to shoot
that
him.
motherfucker.
And as soon as he said that, Fitch says, he's like, oh, it was you, Fitch? Beat the fuck out of Fitch. He is the shittiest police chief ever. He beat the fuck out of Fitch.
It was beautiful.
Fitch follows up on his lead. The meth head dude goes to one of his popular locations. Gets there, doesn't find the meth head dude. Well, he thought he found him. He thought he was asleep on this random ass mattress, and doesn't. And then he gets attacked. And it wasn't chloroform. It looked like they were trying to kill him. All these didn't look like it was I'm gonna inject you with a needle or chloroform you or whatever. It was this sheet.
You're like a white
little sheet that he put over their face, and basically until they were out. He gets put in the trap, and his trap is
His strap's fucking beautiful.
fucking crazy. So he's in this thing of water. The water is rising. There's some copper wiring just right here on the side. If the water hits it, he's gonna get electrocuted. To get out of it, all he's got to do, his fingers are literally attached to these mesh things, like on every single finger.
Yeah, they're like, if you remember those Chinese fucking finger traps,
Kind of like that.
but metal.
All he got to do is, because one time he killed somebody from mocking him or making fun of him or whatever. Like, literally, he walked up, the dude gave him an attitude, he said, what? The dude flipped him off. He pulled his gun out and shot him right there on the spot.
Straight up.
So what he's got to do is, he's got to let his fingers be ripped off by this machine. If he does that, he's fine. Like, but if he's got to bite down on this thing, I think it was like a metal bar, he had to push him down, and that would activate the machine. As long as he held that down and took his fingers, he was fine. He literally lets it go. It takes one of his fingers. He stops
Hesitate.
for 1 second, and then he starts going and starts ripping off all his fingers again, and he gets close to the end, but he waited too long. When he, like, paused, fucking gets electrocuted, and he's dead.
That was a gruesome ass death scene.
Oh, yeah. Some of these saw traps, I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Like, it was gruesome. Like, gruesome.
So Zeke and Snick.
He's looking for me. I got you.
Snick. They figure out it was Fitz was the victim. Zeke finds out their only lead, which was a dealer. So they have this idea of, hey, let's go see this dealer. But Zeke he dresses up as a person on the street and gets this girl.
He also makes a reference. He said this is some New Jack City shit, which is Chris Rock played in New Jack City. So.
It's like, hey man, me and my girl want to celebrate. It's our anniversary and stuff. I got this iPad, and evidently how they do this is they drop a fucking bucket down. Take, like, I guess money, like, because this dealer only took money. Yeah. Like, he wasn't fucking with the iPad idea. He's like, now, fuck you, man. Get the fuck out of here. He's like, oh, wait. I got money. Bring it back. He put this, like, little...
Bank banks. That little blue dye pack. He put that in there. And...
I remember him saying, like, we got, like, 10 seconds.
Yeah.
After that, they fucking jolt upstairs. Like, they got these fucking dogs upstairs. Like, get your fucking dog, bro. Get your fucking dog. And after that, the motherfucker gets sprayed in the face. Zeke and Snack, they go up to the door, and this motherfucker just starts blindly spraying.
Look, he could have killed any one of his boys. He's just like, fuck it. He can't see anything.
Zeke tackles him down, and when that happens, the motherfucker, his leg, his fucking bone pops out of it. It's like, ooh. Snake's covering him. Zeke's questioning him, and he ain't giving him answers. So he starts fucking with him. Hey, I'm worried about your leg. Let's sterilize it. He grabs like this bottle of liquor, fucking pours it, and he starts beating on it. It's a beautiful scene.
Oh,
he gets the information he needs, though. They heard he OD'd.
Yeah, he heard he OD'd, but he's like, well, he has to be dead in some sort of situation because, like, meth heads don't just quit meth like that. Like, especially after a couple of days, like, he would have been back. Banks was going to have dinner with his dad.
That's where he couldn't find him.
Couldn't find him. Like, he got a call from Snack, and Snack was like supposed to be like putting his baby down or whatever. Baby woke up or whatever. So like they were trying. When he told him about how Boz was like, why Boz was like found at the courthouse basically because of like all his like him lying on cases and everything. Banks keeps going back to his dad's apartment to try to find him.
Ain't there.
They eventually decide that they're gonna go talk to his old partner, the one he turned in, who's now basically doing like AA basically.
It's basically AA meetings, yeah.
And he's doing it in the church. He's questioning because like he's trying to figure out if he knows anything or because like if it's something related to him. Because the guy, whoever the new Jigsaw killer is, basically just targeting cops. The dude doesn't give him anything besides that they were working under this thing called Article 8. They go back to the precinct. Snake goes home and like they were just talking about like how like they were starting to work well together or whatever. Banks shows up at the precinct the next morning, 9 a.m. calls Snake, he ain't answer. This dude delivers his box, so it's another Jigsaw box. They get it, and the note on it says, "Am I getting under your skin, detective?" And it's just like a thing of human skin in the box. Yeah. Fucking Banks starts freaking out because it's.
This is where he started losing his fucking mind.
Because Snake had this tattoo on his arm that said Charlie, which was his son's name. The tattoo on the arm said Charlie, so he knew it was Snake. They go to the location. Because it was at a place his dad used to take him when they were younger. It's like, it used to be like a hobby shop, basically. But now it was a butcher shop. And he was in the back, and he had been fucking skinned. Like, to the fucking bone. Banks is, like, leaving. He's trying to, I guess, figure shit out. he had just talked to Garza. He told Garza to look at some cold case files.
Yeah.
He goes and he hears that there's an attack on the street. He said it was like the jigsaw killer. The cop had been attacked. He'd been like just cut on his arm.
Some random person fucking ran up, stabbed, fucking left.
Yeah, and he's like, "Well, during the reason he would attack you?" He's like, "Yeah, he's taking out cops." And then Banks remembers that one of the previous boxes says, "If you're not careful, I'll take your head." Head of the department.
It clicks.
Because he had, like, earlier when they were looking at that box, they were opening it, they thought it was too big for to like, be a regular thing. They thought it was a bomb. So he's like, "You're the head of the department." And they just sent everybody out. So everybody was out of the place. Besides like a few cops or whatever, and they're back. They just started getting back in there. That's when Banks realized that he starts calling her. She's not answering. She's down there. And the door gets closed. It's locked. For some reason, it has this combination stuff, which is weird.
Evidently, get to these cold case files, this room, it's like a fucking bank vault door with a combination on it.
Mm-hmm.
She goes in there, it fucking closes. All these, like, smoke bombs let off. She gets to wipe fucking, I guess it's chloroform.
I guess. She did try to fight and try to
did.
shoot her way out.
But
Whatever
to
she
no
did,
avail.
nothing happened.
But when she wakes up, oh my god. Like, the past fucking traps we explained was, like, god horrible. But this one, I would not want to choose. So she's tied up. The only way to get out is to sever her fucking spinal cord.
And just think about that. We haven't even told you, if you just for whatever reason you're just watching this.
That fact alone.
That fact alone,
Yeah.
that's like, what the fuck? You would rather just do that? Yeah, because...
Here's the kicker. So she has this piece of cloth over her face, right? And this hot, burning fucking wax is about to pour down on her. And essentially she's either going to suffocate to death or die from just being fucking burnt alive.
Yeah.
Her brain's going to fucking melt inside of her.
Even the killer was like, "You're not going to walk away from this.
Yeah,
But you
no
could
shit.
live if you do this."
Yeah. The traps was like, I think like right here. And she had like several fucking spinal cord. Zeke finally figures it out. They get the door open, but sadly enough, she's fucking already gone.
Done.
And Zeke, like, this is, like I said before, he starts losing his mind a little bit. Starts peeling the fucking wax off. Peels, like, part of her fucking skull off.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking gruesome.
He even tries to, like, give her a CPR.
Yeah.
Beat her on her chest, whatever he can do to get her-
It's a sad moment.
Yeah.
And this is where shit gets real. This is the climax of the movie. Almost.
Yeah.
This
So,
is the build-up.
like, because they found out that the camera's been cut for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Which, like, from when she went down there to when Bankston got there. So he was quick as he possibly could be. They figured out that, like, the person who put the code in was, like, his old partner. Like, they're like, he shouldn't have a code, whatever. So, and then he gets into a fight with O'Brien. So, because Brian's like, "You're too close." Because he starts telling him that your father did this. It has to be your father. How long has you been since you seen him? He's like,
This morning.
I talked to him this morning. Bullshit. That's when I started thinking it was O'Brien.
Yeah.
Because he was like, there's no way you saw your father. I know you hadn't seen your father. He's like, the last time you've seen his dad is when he walked into that place. And that was the last time we saw him. He fights O'Brien. He leaves. He goes to talk to his old partner. He gets there and he's like yelling, looking for him. He doesn't see Pete anywhere. He calls his dad again. He's like, "Dad, this is the third time I've called you. What's going on? Tell me something. Because I'm tired of making excuses for you." As soon as he walks out the door, bam, he gets caught with the shit. He gets put in the saw trap.
The classic one.
Mm-hmm. Like, he gets put, like, chain. It's not the exact one, but he is handcuffed to the side, and all he sees next to him is a fucking saw.
This is what you saw in the trailer.
Yeah. So he starts to think about it, and so he cuts the chain,
Yeah.
obviously, because everybody's going to think about that.
Too easy.
So he's like thinking about cutting his arm, but he glances down and he sees a bobby pin.
That's the luckiest man in the fucking world. Well, I think back now, it was on purpose.
Yes.
It was placed there.
It was.
Yeah.
So he sees the bobby pin, he puts it down. He gets the bobby pin with the hacksaw. He gets out. Then he sees Pete there. For some reason, he starts questioning Pete. Like, Pete's the one who did it, but at this point, I get it because he's lost his mental state because all this other shit that's going down. Like, he lost his fucking partner. He actually trusted Angie. She's fucking dead.
Yeah.
So, like, and Boz. So he's just like, at this point, he's just like, doesn't know what to fucking do. And then he finds a tape recorder on Pete, and basically, you could be the key to him getting out, or you can just throw it away.
Yeah.
And basically, so Pete's hung up like this, And I did not know what the trap was at first for the longest time.
Yeah.
But he's just standing on this little section. And they finally realize what the trap is. And damn. So what it is like they're standing in front of this like giant little hole, basically. And what's happening here is there's bottles, like glass bottles on this conveyor belt. They're going around. They're dropping down, being broken up, and then shot straight out of Pete.
Like a speeding fucking bullet.
Like they're like getting stuck into the wall if they miss Pete. So like, he's getting hit with all these little small pieces and shit, and banks it to the side where he can't be hit. And he's trying to figure it out. He can't figure out what he's supposed to like get him out of it. Happens again. While it's happening, he realizes because there's a trash can over here. Throw it away. So he opens it up. Bam, key right there. He unlocks it, trying to get Pete out. Pete's already dead.
I will give him props though. He did try. He caught some of that fucking debris in his
He took the trash can, was holding it, couldn't get the key in, so he dropped it, started to do it, and he took like pieces of glass to the fucking face.
So Pete is gone. This door randomly opens, and he walks into the room, and this is where
Oh, he takes out pieces of glass too out of his fucking face.
he does like.
Out of his arm.
Oh yeah, there was a big fucking piece in his arm.
Yeah, that's what he took out of his arm.
And this is where we find out who the killer is. And I did call him.
But he called it.
It is none other than fucking Snake,
Mm-hmm.
the rookie cop.
Yep.
I will give props to the film. I do like how they worked his story. His first words is, "You son of a bitch." Take into account, we said earlier, Pete shot a witness. Zeke turned him in as a dirty cop. Now, the witness that died, his son was in the room.
Mm-hmm.
His son was Snake.
Mm-hmm.
So he has spent literally his whole entire life planning this shit from day one. And there's a scene that plays out where Zeke sees the little boy, which is Snake, and he says, "Shh, be quiet. Well, you know, I don't want fucking Pete to, I guess, shoot you too."
Yeah.
Snake explains everything, and there's one more final test. So it turns out Snake didn't have a fucking son. When he called Zeke, it was all playing on his fucking laptop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, none of that shit's real. The picture ain't real. The fucking tattoo was from
He said he tattooed the meth head.
yeah, he tattooed the fucking meth head, which is fucking smart.
Because like his dad got caught in the trap. We saw his dad get caught in the trap.
Yeah.
This was right before that. Because like it was one of my favorite lines from Sam Jackson the whole movie. Because like, oh, you want to play a game? All right, motherfucker, I'll play a game. We missed that. Back to this part.
So there's one final test here. Snake explains to him he does have his father. Now he has to choose. And he gives him the free will to either kill him or save his father.
And he even does this thing where like he calls the cops and starts firing his gun or whatever. Basically, it's what's one bullet in this gun.
He either has to shoot a target up there. Marcus is like hoisted up with these needles in him. It's draining all of his blood out. And he only has like a few minutes to live. And Marcus is like, man, fuck that. Kill this motherfucker. Do the right thing. Don't worry about me. You know what I'm saying?
Then Snake is like, why don't you tell him about all the shit that you did? And like Zeke's like, what is he talking about? Marcus comes up and tells him basically during Article 8, like to reduce effective crime in the city, they decided, killing people.
Yeah.
Like they were basically just turned into the dirtiest fucking cops. And like that's why they killed the witness. Snake's like, but look, this is what we'll do, all right? You can either help me. You help me, what we're gonna do is we'll get rid of all the dirty cops. Basically, you'll bring them to me. I'll put them in this shit. We'll get rid of them. All right, they'll survive and maybe they'll change their ways or they'll be done. You can kill me, but that'll also kill your dad. Mm-hmm. So what do you want to do? Zeke has this like moment. He's trying to figure out what he wants to do. He doesn't know what to do. Then finally, he just shoots the target. Saves his dad. Goes over there to try to help him out. SWAT's pulling up. Snake is like trying to leave, and like Marcus like, bro, go get him. Mm-hmm. So Zeke runs after him, tackles him, just beating him up in this fucking elevator.
Beats the fuck out of Snake.
Beats the fuck out of Snake in that fucking elevator. And while this is happening, Snake had placed this wire right at the door, and because he knew they were going to saw through the door, and then they started sawing through it. And they cut the wire.
Marcus even says, but he's weak. He's like, don't come in. Don't come in here. But
so they cut it, he gets strung up like a fucking puppet. The cops bust in, and they're like, they all they see is a bite. I guess they don't even see Marcus.
Yeah, because those fucking bright ass lights were
Yeah.
behind him, so they really couldn't see like details around him.
Zeke starts beating the fuck out of Snick, runs up. He basically just drops his knees because they were pointing guns at him. And he's just like trying to explain the situation to him. And they weren't really listening. Because of the court they did, like it basically set up Marcus to look like he was holding a gun. Mm-hmm. And he like I think it was a gun. Like somehow like it was like right here.
Yeah, it was like a barrel of a shotgun.
And it's all it was just a barrel. Or it was like whatever it was. It wasn't like an actual gun.
It wasn't like an actual gun, it's just a fucking barrel.
Yeah, it was made to look like a fucking gun. So he's like basically positioned like he's holding it, like he's pointing at the cops, and all of them have these fucking lasers. So they just light fucking Marcus up. I mean, and like Zeke's just screaming no, like as hard as he can, and then he looks and he sees Snick, basically like he did.
The thing he said, shh.
Oh yeah,
The same thing Zeke said to him when he was a kid when his father
yeah, that's right. So he does that, and Zeke just screams, no, like he's wanting them to go after him. Credits.
And we forgot to mention, they played the classic Saw theme in the final act of this movie,
They did.
which I find dope. They didn't redo it, nothing. They used the original theme, which I thought
That was hella dope, yeah.
dope. Nice throwback.
Also, 21 Savage did the soundtrack.
The whole soundtrack.
If you're not a fan of 21 Savage, you're probably not going to like it because they play his music in this a lot. Mm-hmm. Like during the whole scene where like they're robbing the motherfuckers, it's playing. There's a part where they're just like going to do something and it's playing or whatever.
The end song, they remixed the fucking Hello Zep theme song into a fucking 21 Savage song. But
So,
it is what it is.
now, was it a good movie? I thought it was a good movie. Didn't feel like a Saw movie. There's literally 4 traps in total. And yeah, some of them, it's only 4 traps. They're so spaced out, it's hard to... It doesn't feel like a Saw movie. It feels like a detective who's like trying to figure out like a serial killer, basically. Like that's what it felt like. It focuses a lot on that.
I feel the same. I mean, I think it's a solid movie. I would rewatch it again and again. As far as labeling it a Saw movie, I wouldn't go as far, man.
But that's again, that's why it says it's from the book of Saw.
Yeah.
So it's like a little side project. You know, like a little. Like this is it's in it, but it's not the thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I get that. Again, it didn't feel like a Saw movie.
No, like I said,
It's still a good movie.
I'm still gonna rate it as a Saw movie because for one, they use Saw, they use all the stuff that they have to. They reference Jigsaw a lot in the fucking film. I wouldn't say it's my favorite Saw movie.
Well, it's definitely not the worst Saw movie.
Oh, it's
either.
definitely not the worst Saw movie either.
It's not bottom tier.
No. I think I would give this at least a 7.5 out of 10, maybe.
I wouldn't go any higher than 7.
Yeah, and that's our review of the movie. So let us know what y'all thought about it, guys. Did you like it? Was there anything you didn't like about it? How did you feel about Chris Rock in this role? Because usually he's in comedic roles, and he has done a few serious roles, but not that many.
Like I said, I mean, we think for the most part he did a pretty solid job, just besides the comedic thing he had to throw in there. Which it could have just been his character, you know. He was like, fuck it, you know.
Let us know what y'all thought about it. You know, tell us your favorite kill in the movie or your least favorite.
Do you think there's going to be a sequel?
You think it's going to be a sequel? I think
Snake got away.
Do all the stuff that we have to actually do, like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can get notified when we put up reviews or do reactions, stuff like that. Moving right along to 1,000. A lot of people might be like, oh, it's just 1,000. To us, that's a big deal. Right now,
It's 2 years in the making.
2 years in the making. So if y'all want to help us out, we would really appreciate it if you subscribe. Tell other people too. We would thank you. And until next time, y'all. Deuces.
Adios.
What a slam. The game is back to you. Grouch is my crew. Just might roll on you like